Hey guys, this is Jacques from Akulu Linux and welcome to another video. So today, I'm sure you noticed this little thing here on my screen, and this is the new AI helper widget. This is actually the same as the edge panel that previously when we released the ISO you saw the edge panel. That's the frames panel. This is the same thing, but frames now comes in a dock mode, which is the one that was on the edge of the panel, on the edge of the screen, and a floating widget mode, which is what you see here. So this is the floating widget mode. And moving forward, this is going to be the default mode. Now you can change it. You can go and switch it to dock mode and have it the same way as it was before, attached to the edge of the screen, and map some folders to it if you want. But I find it much more useful when it's in a widget form. Now, first things to notice, if I open up a terminal, you'll notice here that it sits behind everything else. Okay, so when you've got a window open or anything full screen, it doesn't matter what you do, it sits behind the apps. So it's on the desktop, it's almost like it's part of the wallpaper. Look, I can even drag my mouse over it. I can look at that. Of course, that's an input box, so at the moment I go there, my mouse changes to a text little cursor thing, but it's part of your desktop. Basically, it sits between your desktop and anything else that's open. So it's non-intrusive, right? Non-intrusive. That's kind of what I want to show. You have some options. So if we click on options, you can move it to the bottom of the screen and apply and okay. And I think if we restart it now, it will actually be at the bottom of the screen, but let's move it to the top. I'm not going to restart it now, but if you restart it now, it'll move to the bottom. Sit over here. That's if you want your panel on top. So I thought move to the bottom or the top. You can make it dark or light. So that I can do instantly. As you can see there, it's dark now. Dark with white text and light with dark text. And you can set the opacity. So there it's 100%. Now it's like, you know, oh, I set it light. Okay, dark 100%. You can see there now. You can't see through it, but if you move the opacity down to like, look at that. So you can set the transparency level, right? You can set it to whatever you want it to be, and that's a good level, somewhere 70-80%. Let's make it light again. I like it light. Okay, so you can set your transparency level, you can set the colors, you can move it up or down, and you can set the helper width. Currently, this is 500 by 50, so the 500 by 50, I thought that was a decent size. And the chat panel, now the chat panel is, let's chat here to Electra, let's say hello. So if we chat to Electra, she pops up a little window. This is the chat panel, right? So if you go here, that's that 700 by 600. You can set the default. You can set the default width and height of this. Some people might like a wider chat little window. Some people might not. And when you're done, you just click the close button. It just goes back in, right? And when you go, how are you? You see, it remembers the previous conversation. So if you exit the panel and then come back in, it will obviously clear the chat. But if this is open, the same session, it will remember the previous conversation. So you can just keep going on and on and on. Chat to Electra. You can also pin it. If you pin it, it actually becomes a widget. So now you can full screen that. Sorry. Now you can full screen this, and you can actually chat to her here, but she will not go above that because it's part of the same thing. Anyway, the idea with the widget is to do this, make it bigger, chat to her like this, drag her around, because now she becomes a window that you can minimize. See, you can minimize, maximize, minimize and restore. Becomes like a window. When you unpin it again, she'll just go back to that same sort of. Anyway, so yeah, so chatting to is easy. You just tell me something cool about landscapes in Africa. So they ask it, tell me something cool about landscapes in Africa. So chatting to is easy. You just type what you want to ask and it just pops up there. You can see you can have this nice conversation. It's nicely layered. You get the green, the white, the green. It's very easy to see, very pleasing on the eyes. You can also attach documents that will just attach it as text. You can also clear will clear all the history. So now you can start a new conversation. Like I said, you can also pin it. and then unpin again, and you can close. So it's very basic in functionality. It's just a AI on the desktop to quickly chat. It does not control your PC. Everybody's going to start asking AI, open this, open that. It's not going to. I'm sorry, but we do not connect the AI to the back end of the PC. That's a very dangerous thing to do. If you want to do that on your own time, that's cool. But people keep asking us to do that, like give the AI control. And maybe last year that was something I was comfortable looking at because the AI was still kind of simple. But these days the AI is so evolved. You're not safe if you give AI access to your PC. You just are not. So we keep it in a sort of conversational content generation and so forth, so forth, so forth. But she has no access to your back end, to your PC. For example, I say, create a file on my desktop. She can't. She might fake it. I don't think so. She'll always say, I can't. Tilts head, conscious, fingers poised. Well. You want me to create file? I'd love to help you out, but I'm currently running in a browser-based environment, so I don't have. See, she does not have access to your desktop. Okay, it's actually cool that she realizes that because the old her from last year would have like faked it. But anyway, so she does not have access to your PC. People keep worrying about that. The people that are worried about that, you don't need to be. We do not give the AI access to your backend files. The people that want it, well, there's just go and code something. There's vibe coding. Make something that connects to your backend if you want. But I'm sorry, we cannot do it at this stage. It's just not safe. She's there as a helper. That's why it says AI helper. So you have problems with your Linux, you can talk to her. You want to generate some document, you can do it. You want information on something, you can ask her. For example, I have some problems installing my GPU drivers. I have a NVIDIA card. What do you suggest I do? For example, now she'll guide you. So, or you can ask like what the Linux commands, blah blah blah. I mean, it's endless. It's AI, so it knows everything, right? Look here, it gives you a long breakdown here of everything you can try, and then you can keep asking from there. You can keep going on and on and on. So, really, the nice thing about this is it's on your desktop. Like it's not interfering with anything else that you have open. You have something open over here that you're working on, blah blah blah. You can just drag it into the corner and talk to her, or minimize it, maximize it again. Is not interfering with anything else. You don't have to open a browser and log in somewhere. You don't even have to open up a plugin and pop it up or nothing. You literally just talk on your desktop. It's so easy here. And I just thought this was quite nice because when you open your PC, the desktop is the first thing that you see. When you minimize everything, the desktop is the thing that you see. So it's just an easy place to access the AI. And I mean, it's just there. Boom. Just click. You just type something. You just start typing. I thought of putting voice in. I don't know if you guys would want that. Like I can put a little mic in here as well, so you can just talk to her with voice. She won't talk back. I won't do that because I think that will be a bit too much. But you can just click and say a command instead of typing a command. I don't know. But for now, I mean, it's just very simple. Like, um, what are some basic Linux commands a newbie should know? Like even stuff like that, whatever, anything and everything. You want to just chat to her, even just to have a conversation about whatever you can as well. Wow, this table's noisy. Anyway, okay, there we go. She's given a bunch of commands. Okay, navigation, exploration, change directories, file gymnastics, search and rescue, system TLC, network nerdiness, Electra's bonus round. What the hell? Oh, you gotta love a humor sometimes. Electra's leans in, winking. Pro tip: if you ever panic, just type "Cow say I got this" and install Fortune for daily wisdom. Also, never run sudo rmf dash slash unless you want to see your OS evaporate. Don't tell people that; they'll try it. Anyway, so yeah, AI right at your fingertips now. Literally, it's on your desktop. You can't get it closer than that. Like it's right there. Oh, and by the way, we patched this through today. So if you run your sync AI, just run sync AI, and then or reboot. When you reboot, it syncs. Most likely, you'll see your frames disappear if you do that. Then just start up frames again or reboot again. Start frames, and you should get this. If you don't, you can always, you're welcome to message us if you have any trouble with it. But we did patch it through, so everybody should get this now. Now, something else to note here. As you can see here, there's also local models here. There's three local models. There's a Gemma 270M small model that's designed for people that have like up to 8 gigs of RAM, system RAM, like the guys that have 4 gigs or 2 gigs or whatever, too little to really run any kind of fast model or whatever. The Gemma 3270M is actually a nice little model because it's quite capable for such a tiny little thing, and it runs quite speedy even on a system with like 4 gigs of RAM. So if it will use that, if you have 8 to 32, it will use the DeepSeek model, and if you have 32 and up, it will switch to the Qwen 3 model. But there are local models. Now, by default, it doesn't run on the local model. This is not the local model that I'm running here. This is the actual online, which is why you see it take about 10 seconds to reply or so, or up to. This is Electra, the actual online model. However, if you are a free, if you have no internet like this, disconnect the internet here for a second. Let's go. Doof, no internet. You are offline. And now I say hello. You'll see now I'll get a reply from the local AI. That's a local. You can always see the difference between Electra, who's very chatty, and a local who just hello. And then I say, how are you? And I'm just a virtual assistant, so I don't have feelings, but I am able to help. How can I assist you today? See, you can see the difference between Electra and and a local model. So now we're running on a local model. We're running on a local model because it's detected there's no internet, and so it switches to the local model, and that's that DeepSeek one. The 370M, let's apply that one quickly. Yes, boom, and let's try that. And go hello. And you'll see it's quite fast and it's very capable as well. There we go. Oh no, it's not. I think I need to exit actually. I don't think that setting takes until I did it say. I think it said you need to reboot. Oh yes, you need to reboot. Okay, don't worry about it. Anyway, so let's just enable this again. So I enable wireless. Let's see if it jumps on. Yes, it's connected, and now it should go on to Electra again automatically. Let's see. Do we get the nice greeting from Electra? Disconnect. Yeah, there we go. You can see it's back online. So whenever there's a problem with your internet connection or your connection drops or whatever, it will jump to the local model automatically. I thought that was nice. So you always have AI, even when you're not on the internet or something goes wrong, or you're somewhere in the bush or whatever, or in the desert or whatever, and you have one orange and a laptop. At least you can talk to the offline model. Anyway, okay, so that's one thing I want to point out. The other one is, hold on. Okay, so I'm back. Okay, so what I wanted to show now is I've switched now to free mode, which means I've disabled the pro features of this distro, right? So now if I talk to Electra and I go hello, she'll now talk back, right? But with a free mode, you only get 5 prompts a day from Electra, from the elite model. This model, you get 5 prompts. So if you have a problem, you can ask up to 5 times for whatever help you need from her. The moment you go above 5, I'll show you. So that's the second one. So there's the first one. There's the second one. Third one, I'm going to go, how popular is the name Ben? Okay, that's number 3. Ben. How about David? That's going to be my fourth question. How about David? And buttons. That's going to be my fifth one. Okay, so there we have five. Okay, so I've sent five prompts, right? Okay, one, two, three, four, five. So this is my limit. You can send five free prompts a day to the online model if you're on the free mode. That's if you're not on the pro mode. And then tomorrow another five. Each day five, right? If you try to send a sixth one, you go, hey, it'll pop up and will say your daily AI calls have been depleted. And then it tells you now switching to the local AI model. This model is more simple and less capable, but it is free if you do not want to consider that. Now you have the option to upgrade to Pro, upgrade the distro to Pro, and if you do that, you have unlimited chat tour all day long. If you don't, you just click OK, and now I'm just talking to the local model. And you can go, tell me about disco in the 1980s, disco culture in the 1980s. So now I'm just talking to the local model, which might be a little slower in some of the replies, especially if you're asking something that's unusual. Then you may need to wait 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 20 seconds, I don't know. I'm on the DeepSeek model here. This is a very capable model, very nice model, but it does tend to take a little bit longer, especially when you can hear my PC spinning up there because it does eat RAM. But if you have a fast machine, I'm on a laptop. If you have a fast machine with good hardware, it'll be much quicker. But if you, wow, it's really thinking. This must be a very unusual question. There we go. Look at that. That's actually a very good reply there. I can see. Okay, so it tells you the thought, like how it came to this conclusion, finally wrapping up, blah blah blah, and then it can disco era in the 1980s. Look at this. It's a very capable model, by the way. It might be a little slower because it's offline, but it is hardware dependent. If I had more RAM, faster CPU, better GPU, this would be much faster. So the guys with decent PCs out there, this will run very well. Look at this. This is a very good reply, by the way. So offline models are very, very capable. And anyway, okay. So to sum it up, if you're on the free mode, you get five prompts a day, and after that it switches to the local model, right? And it will detect which local model your machine can run and automatically run that model, right? And if you're on a pro mode, you get unlimited, and it's all right on your desktop. And of course, if you're offline, you still have access to the local model, right? So we keep it so that you always have access to an AI model, and you can customize it some nice. And I'll keep adding features and so forth. But yeah, patch it through, see it, check it out, play with it, give me feedback, whatever. Yeah, that's my video today. I just wanted you guys to let you guys know that we keep improving, man. We keep making things better. Now you have AI right on your desktop. You have an online model, you have an offline model. I mean, you got the best of both worlds, right? And of course, upgrade to Pro, man. Support the project. I don't even want to start beginning to tell you guys how badly we need funding. Like, I'm finding ways to work with what I have. That's I can't say any more than I can't put it any more clearer than that. These guys, you see all these little projects where they get like $200,000 in funding, and then they do this and they do these amazing things. Well, we get maybe $100 of funding, and then we have to do the same that they do with 200,000. That's the boat. That's that's literally the boat that I'm in. So yeah. So if you guys do have some funds, send it our way. If you guys want to get more involved with the project, contact us. You want to make a donation? Hey, great. It will help us maybe bring some more features as well. But in a nutshell, we have now patched this through today. Make sure to patch and get it. It will be on the next ISO that I send out in about 2 weeks as well, because it will give me some time to mature and make sure it's all nice and snazzy before I send it out on the latest ISOs. We're going to be doing ISOs now about every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, we're going to have ISOs with all the latest goodies in. Yeah, so that's my video for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy using Makulu Linux. And hey, I'm always open to suggestions, comments, complaints, anything, whatever. Just send it my way. I soak it up. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a good one. See you in the next video. Bye bye.